All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are breaking down this absolutely fantastic short story about a classic roommate rivalry. But, this isn't your typical fight over who left the dishes out. Oh no, this is about national pride, it's about football philosophy, and the epic battle for the remote control, all wrapped up in that hilarious, friendly friction between Ghana and Nigeria.
And boom, with that one line, our story kicks off. That's the first shot fired by our Nigerian roommate, Tunde, and it just perfectly sets the stage for the showdown that's about to happen. Right there, that's the spark that's going to light the fuse.
So let's paint the picture here. At the heart of this little domestic drama, we've got two main characters. Kofi, who's from Ghana, and Tunde, who is, of course, proudly Nigerian. They share an apartment that, on this particular day, is, well, it's quiet. Deceptively quiet. And here's how the battle lines are drawn. You've got Tunde completely glued to the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. And on the other side of the couch, there's Kofi, rocking his faded Black Stars jersey, quietly supporting the Ghana Premier League. Their loyalties are on a collision course. Now, this little detail is so important. The quiet in the apartment, it's not normal. It's really the calm after the storm. See, the night before was a full-on Afrobeats invasion, all thanks to Tunde. So you can see why our guy Kofi might have a little bit of a motive for some sweet, calculated revenge. And here we go. The peace and quiet is officially over. We are now at the moment that kicks the whole thing off, and believe me, it all comes down to one single action that just escalates everything. So let's break this down step by step. First, Tunde throws down the gauntlet with his pure class comment. Kofi, he doesn't respond with words. He just picks up the remote with what the story calls a dangerously calm smile. And we all know that smile, right? One click, and just like that, Tunde's game is gone, replaced. Man, you can just feel the tension in this line. Tunde's reaction isn't a big explosion, not yet. It's slow, it's strained. It's the sound of pure frozen disbelief. His brain just can't process that his beloved NPFL has been swapped out for the rival league. And this is just brilliant because it shows the heart of their argument. It's not just about football, it's a whole philosophy. Tunde sees his league as pure fire, pure speed, with commentators just screaming with energy. Kofi? He sees his league as football chess, calculated, nuanced, maybe even operating on a little Ghana time. It's basically the Jollifores, but for soccer. And there's the comeback. Tunde is having none of this nuanced talk. He says the Ghanaian game looks like two teams just jogging around slowly, like an Uber driver on a Friday evening. The imagery is just hilarious, and, okay, the war of words is officially on. So now we're moving into the next phase. Words aren't going to cut it anymore. The conflict is about to get physical. A desperate, almost comical struggle for the one object that holds all the power in that living room, the remote. It's such a simple description, but you can see it so clearly, can't you? Tunde, just fueled by his righteous football anger, makes his move, and Kofi, cool as ever, just dodges him. The story calls it a silent, frantic dance around the coffee table. It's not a brawl, it's choreography. The insults start flying, but they're the playful kind. The kind only roommates who are practically brothers can actually get away with. Tunde is desperate here. He's claiming he's doing important scouting of some future superstar. The stakes are sky high in his mind. And Kofi's response is just perfect. He's totally unfazed. He just brushes off the insult and gives a perfectly good reason to keep watching his game. He's also scouting talent, you see. He's using his height to keep the remote just out of reach, completely in control. Okay, so this frantic dance, this battle of wills, it's about to hit its climax. But it is not the climax either of them was expecting. Nope, their little struggle is about to have a disastrous consequence for both of them. This is it, the final moment of the struggle. Tunde has finally managed to corner Kofi against the wall. Their hands are locked onto that plastic remote. Tunde can almost taste victory, but in their scuffle, they've stumbled right into that messy tangle of cables behind the TV. And then this, a single, awful, jarring sound from the TV speakers. The fight just stops, dead. The dance is over, everything goes completely silent. And there it is, The tragic outcome, those two dreaded words on a blank screen. In their fight for control, they lost everything. There's no Nigerian league, there's no Ghanaian league, there is only the blinking, empty, soul-crushing message, no input. Tunde absolutely nails it. This is the perfect summary of their whole tragedy. The television, the very thing they were fighting over, was also the thing that brought them together, even when they were rivals. And now, it's gone. That's some pretty deep stuff for a fight over football. And in this moment, they're finally united in defeat. Tunde's fiery passion is just gone, replaced by total despair. And Kofi's clever little victory, it now tastes like ash. They both lost. The silence comes back, but this time, it's heavy with regret. So with our two roommates sitting there in despair, let's zoom out for a second. Because this hilarious story isn't just some random thing on the internet. It's a piece of creative work from a really interesting platform that you should probably know about. This story actually comes from the African Writer's Notebook, or TAWN for short. It's a platform that's all about publishing original African stories, and they have this really fascinating process. It's a mix of human creativity and AI assistance, all carefully edited and put together to create something totally new. And hey, if you liked this story, just look at what else they've got coming up. I mean, titles like The Juju Man in Canada and Jolliffe Wahala Babes. You just know those are going to be unique, engaging stories. It's a really cool place to find some fresh, creative writing. But let's get back to our heroes, Kofi and Tunde. The story itself ends right here. The TV is broken, a huge Champions League match is coming up, and Kofi delivers this final line, leaving us all on a massive cliffhanger. And that's the question we're all left with, isn't it? How are they going to watch the game? Are they going to team up to fix the TV? Or is this rivalry just going to find a new, maybe even more disastrous battlefield? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.